I got a question about the best recovery tools for optimal performance. Sleep, nutrition, stretching, is it active recovery? What should I do? Really important question. And before we get going, if you want one-on-one online coaching with me, with my guidance, check the link in the description below. And if you want more affordable calisthenics content, you have calisthenics program, calisthenics exercise tutorials, programming tutorials, nutrition, so on. You can check the Bodyweight Tribe. Great content there. Join the community. Link as well as in the description. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. So for the answer, I will answer with chronological order of importance. The first one being the most important. I feel it is sleep. I feel that sleep is highly underestimated these days, and I feel that it is even somewhat offensive to tell a friend that you're sleeping 8 to 10 hours. It feels like too much, like you are lazy, but actually I believe that if you want to be efficient, productive the next day, you should sleep well today. And it is highly sensible that someone who is extremely active, an athlete that trains 2 hours a day, 1 hour strength training, high intensity workouts, it makes sense that you will have to sleep more. You are actually trying to physiologically change yourself, thicken bones, build ligaments, build muscle mass like a kid trying to grow. How much does a kid sleep? Again, maybe 10 hours, and no one raises an eyebrow, right? So that's my recommendation. I admit I don't get those 9-8 hours consistently each night, but I make sure that 8 hours is about the minimum. 7 hours I feel a significant drop in performance. I don't wake up feeling refreshed. You might feel otherwise, you can check it, but the actual amount of people that feel optimal performance, cognitive performance after just 5 hours of sleep is actually closer to 0 than closer to 1% of the population. So you probably do not have that specific gene, and don't count on that. You can just see intuitively for yourself, how do you feel when you wake up? Do you feel feeling refreshed? Do you feel feeling fatigued? Would you sleep more if the alarm didn't went on? So you can check those signs and see how much sleep do you actually need, and the body needs, with no alarms, with no clocks, etc. The second one for optimal performance, the recovery tool, is nutrition, and I'm highlighting sufficient nutrition. That is the amount in calories. Whole foods is important. Yeah, whole food sources should be what you consume really. But even when you consume whole foods and you eat insufficient amounts, so that's not enough calories to really support the buildup of connective tissues, muscle mass, thickening bones, like we said, you have to have some sort of a quantity. You should thrive, you should nourish yourself, not really limit yourself constantly, but by having those, fat loss goals and other stuff that you imagine. So sufficient nutrition, that is. And those are two of the best recovery tools by far. I believe that anyone who wants to boost their recovery, optimize their recovery, should look at them. And I believe that someone who even really puts a lot of emphasis on them will have even more, productivity output, recovery output from focusing even more and dialing those individual little bits of improvements from them, even more so than going on to the rest of the list, which will include massage therapy session or self-massage that you can perform, extra stretching, cryotherapy of some sort, sauna, cold bath, ice bath, things of that nature. I see it more as like non-essentials. You can have perfect progress, perfect program just with focusing on nutrition and sleep, and you will really not miss massage therapy or thing of that sort. You can almost do it as, if you overdid it, you can go try do a massage therapy to negate some of the overtraining effects, but I will not build up those intensities in volume to to the extent that I'll actually need a massage therapy for recovery, I would prefer to look at my programming and think about doing slightly less, being less sore, less tight. That's a programming issue as I see it. And yeah, so that's the list basically. Nutrition and sleep. Sleep is the number one. You can always focus on them and get more results, and they will always be the most bang for your buck if you're looking for recovery tools for optimal performance. Thank you for the question. See you next time.